Today, I want to talk about and tell you that you should join the 2025 Poetry Marathon. It is 24 poems in 24 hours. And before I even tell you you should be joining the Poetry Marathon, let me first talk about my experience quickly. Last year, I participated in the Poetry Marathon. You see, last year when I was about participating in the Poetry Marathon, the day that was fixed, there was a test on that day for me. And so I knew that I was not going to participate. But what happened was that the test was postponed. And that was a very good thing for me because then I had the opportunity to participate for 24 hours, which was really a really good experience. I started writing the poem every 1 hour. I started thinking, I started looking. Some of the experience I did not even know I had, I started pulling them out. And I was just writing poems, and even I was surprised of what I was writing. It was just in a way good, and it was the fact that I realized that sometimes when I don't write poetry, it's not because I'm not inspired. It's because I'm not willing to sit down and wait long enough to have the muse speak. It was a really, really fun experience. I get to push the boundary. I got to experiment. I got to try new forms. I got to try new ideas. I got to try new themes. I got to try new starting points, opening lines, closing lines. And it was a really good thing for me. I'm really glad that I participated in the poetry marathon. Now, let me explain what the poetry marathon is. What is this poetry marathon I'm talking about? The concept is that you write one poem every hour for 24 hours. That is if you are doing the full marathon. Or if you're doing the half marathon, which is 12 hours, you write one poem every hour for 12 hours, which means that at the end of the poetry marathon, if you're doing a full marathon, you would have 24 poems written over the course of each hour. And then for the half marathon, you have 12 poems written every hour for 12 hours. Now, this is not a competition, right? It is about pushing your creativity. It is about testing your limits. You're not in competition with anyone. It's just you you pushing your limits and seeing what you are capable of, right? Now, of course, you do join a group with other poems and you do post your poems every 1 hour. The idea is not to compete with any of these poets, but to have a community of people supporting you, a community of people with the same goal in mind. And that way, instead of you to say, I'm doing a poetry marathon and you're just on your own and it's just a lonely journey and it's you just there, you then have a full community of people who have the same goal, and you guys are all commenting, talking about the poetry marathon, and then writing and posting every 1 hour. Now, for this year, it's coming. I am sorry that I'm announcing it really late. It will be happening on the 17th of May 2025. Now, the deadline for registration is 12th of May 2025, right? It is completely free to join. You need to sign up early to be officially included in the list of participants of the marathon, right? So latest 12th of May, but you can sign up right now and join not it's not a contest, it's a marathon because you're not competing with anyone and it's completely free. Now, why would you join, right? It's a great way to challenge yourself as a poet or writer. You get to like see what you're capable of. You get to like really pull out the poems out, right? Because you have to write a poem every hour, and that itself forces you to really look inward and also look outward and look around your surroundings and look at things that are happening in your life, look at things that are happening in the world, and really get to write poems. Now, you get the opportunity to write more in one day than you probably ever written in a year. That's about 24 poems for full marathon or 12 poems for a half marathon. Now, sometimes I'll tell you this thing. Sometimes I do write more than one poem in an hour, right? Yeah, yeah, but I do write a poem every hour. But sometimes the inspiration is just coming, and I'm like, I'm done with this poem. I write another poem, right? Now, you also be a part of a global creative community doing this together. There's the support group. Now, it opens up a new level of writing you may not even realize you had in you. Now, I want you to register and be part of it. The link will be in the description, and the link will be there for you to join. Um, then please join, share it with your friends, with your poet friends, your writer friends, so they can join too. And a couple of things I'll let you know is that you want to prepare for that date. You want to mark the date on your calendar. Check out their time zones because even though it's 17th of May, there are some time zones, so you know when it's exactly starting. You mark the date in your calendar. You make some necessary preparations. What are some tasks, some chores you need to do beforehand so that you get to you have the it's easy for you to write every hour for 24 hours or 12 hours, depending on the one that is feasible for you. And yeah, yeah. So that's what I just wanted to share with you. You've been listening to Mechi, and this has been the Beauty Writing Podcast. Once again, thank you so much for listening, and I do hope to see you in the poetry marathon.